Hi thinkers, welcome to ThinkX Academy. In the previous tutorial, I've already shown you how to master data structures and I got really good response from you guys. So now I've prepared well for this video where I will show you how to master the algorithms, and this is going to be really very important tutorial for all the students who are actually looking for applying to big MNCs and getting placed at big companies and even in some smaller companies. This video will contain a lot of tips and tricks that comes from my experience. I have understood and I have completed all the algorithms that we're going to talk about in this tutorial. So I think I will be able to give you some very important tips, right? So I missed out some tips in the data structures video. I'm going to cover that too in this tutorial. Make sure to watch this video till the end because as we will move till the end, more ideas and more tips will come in my mind and I will share that with you, right? So you won't miss anything. Now let's start with the video. The first thing is there is a lot of algorithms available. We have very different types of algorithms and you do not have to get into this trap. You do not need to learn all the algorithms. You need to focus on very specific classification of algorithms which are important for the interviews, right? Because we do not want to actually master the algorithms, we want to master the interview. That's our core objective, right? So here I have some of the important classes which I think if you will have a good hold on all of these classification of algorithms, I think you are ready to solve the problems related to competitive programming and also apply for some interviews. So here we have the first classification, which is the searching algorithms. Now remember, there is a very important rule which is a 80-20 rule, right? Now a lot of you guys may have heard about this rule, but this is a very important rule and I apply this every day in my life, and I think this rule fits right when we are trying to learn algorithms. The rule is very simple. It says that if you will apply 20% of efforts, right? So this rule is basically coming from management. You are going to get 80% of the results, right? So after from this rule I learned a very important thing, which is that these are the classification of algorithms. If I will give my 20% effort in each of these, right, in each of this, if I'll give only 20%, I will be able to get the 80% results and maybe even more than that, right? So you do not need to understand all the algorithms that are going to come under the searching algorithms. There are so many searching algorithms. What you can do is you can start from the linear search and binary search, right? So I'm going to draw here linear search and binary search. These are the two important searching techniques. So when you are studying an algorithm, in this video I'm not going to tell you what these algorithms are. I'm going to tell you the tricks and the tips. The first very important tip is this rule. Apply this rule. Do not get into the trap that I will learn each and every algorithm. No, we are going to pick a particular class and we are going to pick a particular set of algorithms and we will master them, so that we will have the particular foundation, because our main objective is to crack the interview process. And remember, in interviews, no one will ask you what is binary search. No one will ask you what is, let's say in graph algorithms, we have some algorithms. No one in the interviews will ask you any particular type of algorithm. Then why are we studying algorithms? The core objective is that in the interview, they are going to ask you problems, right? They will give you a particular problem, right? They will not directly ask you that do you know dynamic programming. No, they're going to give you a problem which you might have heard before or not. This problem will be solved using recursion, right? Let's assume that the interviewer gave you a problem and you say, okay, I have studied some recursive algorithms and I think that this approach will give the solution. Now the interviewer will ask you that is there any approach, any other approach which will make or optimize this problem, right? You will have to optimize the solution, and then you realize that dynamic programming is going to be really helpful, because dynamic programming basically it uses memoization, which is storing the results, so it will be more optimized than the recursion, the traditional recursion, right? So all of that knowledge will come from the algorithms that you will study here, right? So first, most important thing that I should have said before, the algorithms playlist is already there on this channel. I not only make these tips and tricks video, basically you guys have asked me to create these videos, so I'm creating it. But before this, I have already created an algorithms playlist in C++, and it has a only particular set of algorithms. It is not that it is a playlist with 300 or 400 videos. No, it is a very simple playlist, and it will have all the required algorithms which will get you started in problem solving, which is basically the uh, objective is competitive programming, right? So if you will solve problem related to competitive programming, you will become good at interviews. That's going to be automatically true, right? All right, so let's take a look at these algorithms. We have searching, we have linear search, we have binary search. Sorting, there are so many sorting algorithms, right? There are, for example, there is selection sort, heap sort, radix sort, quick sort, merge sort. There are so many algorithms. How much should you study? I've already created a roadmap of algorithms. You can watch that tutorial, or you can go directly to the playlist where I have all these algorithms, and I have selected some specific sorting algorithms, and I think those are more than enough for building the foundation part. Then we have the recursive algorithms. So what you will have to do is, in each of these classification, you will have to solve at least 5 to 10 problems, right? You will have to do that, and this basically means that you are actually in each of these classes you are actually mastering them, right? Most important of these classes are these: dynamic programming, greedy algorithms, and the graph algorithms. They are very important for the interview purpose. In graph algorithms, we have various algorithms: Prim's algorithm, Kruskal's algorithm. We have searching algorithms like breadth first search, depth first search. So you will have to go through all of them. I have again created a playlist on data structures which have all the graph algorithms, which I think will be helpful for the interview process. So that's a main tip, which is to actually follow this rule, 80-20 rule, and do not just get stuck in a particular class. For example, I've seen a lot of people, they are stuck on dynamic programming. They will solve a lot of problems related to dynamic programming, and they're not able to move forward. And even if you master all the algorithms in dynamic programming, let's assume that when you will reach the graph algorithms part, you will get exhausted, right? So you will not be able to memorize all the results or everything. So you will have to get a basic idea of what these algorithms are made for and how you're going to master them. You will have to pick up some problem set, right? That's a very important thing. You will not understand these algorithms, these classes of algorithms, just by solving one or two problem. You will have to actually solve at least 5 to 10 problems, right? Do not solve a lot of problems like 20-30 problems. No, you can even go with 5 and 10 problems, and you will be able to then go to the competitive programming, and you can solve more problems there you will understand what is the use of all of these algorithms, right? So that was another tip. There is one more tip that has come to my mind right now, which is this whiteboard. You can see here. I think that every programmer who is who wants to get placed in good companies and want to sit in an interview, whiteboard is very important. This size of whiteboard is ideal. You can even get a smaller one, but it is important. What I used to do when I was a beginner, when I was understanding algorithms, what I would do is I will write the algorithm here, right? I will not write the whole code. No, I will just write the function here. For example, let's say I wanted to study the insertion sort. So what I will do is I will just write insertion sort function here. I will write all the crucial lines and I will try to visualize and understand, and I also try to explain it to myself also, right? So I will explain each and every line of code that okay, at this line we're performing this step, after this iteration these are the changes that are going on inside of the array, and after the end of the function this is how the array gets sorted. So you will have to get a whiteboard. You can get a whiteboard. One more important reason for that is in most of the big company interviews, they're going to provide you a whiteboard. They will give you a problem. They do not actually expect you to solve each and every problem 100% correct. No, they want you to they want to see your approach, right? They want to see what is the background knowledge you have, right? Which is this one. You have, if you have applied this rule, you have applied 20% in each of these classes, you will have a good idea of which class of algorithm should I use to solve a particular problem. And that's exactly what the interviewer is looking for. So you will have to explain the problem, you will have to ask the questions from the interviewer, and then you will have to give a solution. But that solution you will have to explain him on the whiteboard. If you will use a whiteboard, it will give a good impression to the interviewer, which will show the interviewer that you are actually have a good grasp of the concepts and you are actually applying those concepts, right? So these are some of the very important tips that I think you should know about. So basically that's all for this tutorial. If you have liked my efforts, make sure to like this video. It really supports me a lot and it motivates me a lot. And also subscribe the channel. If you have any doubts or any suggestions related to any particular video that you want, make sure to comment that down. I always answer all of your comments. So that's all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching.